Amongst all the summer blockbusters, it's certainly important not to forget those limited release films, because ever so often you stumble across a gem, and one of those gems, I believe, is Ex Machina, in which we see a lonely computer programmer, Nathan, recruited by billionaire Caleb to his estate, which is in a secluded area, to undertake what is known as a Turing test, in which Nathan will speak to a female artificial intelligence who will really pass the test if Nathan is convinced that he's speaking to a human being rather than something artificially intelligent. And in what is definitely more hardcore sci-fi, there is a lot of mystery and intrigue put across in this film that really makes it an intense experience, because as time goes by, we get to see each character reveal more about their own motivations and take turns against other characters, making for a tale that might seem confusing but is at the same time intricate, for lack of a better word, wherein the film rides the line between believable and non-believable, but is ever so on the correct side of it, in which it goes to the extreme points of the scenario at times, making for a film that is dehumanizing up to a point, making you really question yourself, your own nature, your own morality, and most importantly, your own purpose. And the real hypocrisy of man is something that the film exposes, not just in our assumption of us being a master race, and at the same time doing things that we would not want to be done to us, but really just in our behavior with one another, which makes for an interesting study of human nature, of course, with fantastic performances, especially with that of Oscar Isaac, who just gets better every time I see him. And it does what I believe any sci-fi film should do, especially when they have AI involved, that is use the AI to say something about human beings, and something that is incredibly difficult to do, of course, but something that it executes to almost perfection. It does, however, take its time to really get going, to really give you an idea of what the film is, and there are moments where, and I can certainly understand, if someone just sits there rather confused, rather unsure of what to do with all the elements they witness on screen. Each character's behavior and function in this film is gray to a certain extent, in the fact that we don't really understand where they're coming from, which makes for a great intrigue, but at the same time can be misunderstood as a lack of decisiveness on the film's part. But to really say that this gray nature of the characters, the gray nature of the story, and the gray nature of the film is really what drives it, I believe really undercuts the film as a whole. Rather, much like the beautiful Jackson Pollock painting that is shown in the film, it's really a mishmash of things that are ever so colorful, ever so bright, that comes to give you something that can only be described in one word, and that is beautiful. I'm gonna give Ex Machina a double yes.